When this poster came into frame, I almost got choked up. I love this man, or one of the men in this poster, and think he is a true hero, a real sports hero. So our client brought this in. Kelly's going to back up and show it to you now. This is a poster about the Muhammad Ali and George Foreman fight, and what makes it so special is he managed to find George Foreman and have him sign it, and he managed to get Muhammad Ali to sign it. It's just a remarkable thing. First, the story of how he got it, and then the story of how he got it signed. In 1974, he went to the closed circuit Muhammad Ali George Foreman fight in a theater in Worcester. Back then, you didn't see it on TV. They would beam it into theaters, and you had to buy a ticket. So he walks into the theater, and there's a bunch of these over in a corner, and a guy's sitting there, and he said, "Are you selling these?" And the guy goes, "Yeah, $3." He bought it for $3. He ended up putting it in the tube and sending it to his father. His father had it mounted rigidly to a piece of foam core. We'll talk more about that later. So now, this thing is mounted to a piece of board about this big. This is how big it is. And he heard that Ali was going to be giving a talk in a theater in Boston. And he carried this with him into a theater where Ali's talking on this big board. So this guy's like walking around with this billboard. And when people saw him walking in with this, they all let him go in front of them. And so he's sitting in the audience, listening to Ali talk, holding this thing. Imagine that. And Ali, the great one, calls him up on stage. And so he walks up with this big thing in his hand onto the stage. And Ali signed it. And obviously Ali asked him, "What's your name?" And he signed Muhammad Ali, I made you believe. Unbelievable. So now Ali has signed the poster. So what's the next thing? Well, maybe Foreman can sign it. His wife heard that Foreman was going to be giving a talk at a bookstore. And she called our client, and he picked up this big poster with Ali's signature on it, goes to the bookstore. What they said was Foreman is only signing the book. He's not going to sign anything else. But obviously Foreman saw the poster, and one of Foreman's people came over to our client and said, he wants to talk to you after he's done with the signing. So our client brings this up to Foreman, and they talked about the fight, and George Foreman signed it. I don't think there's another one of these in the world. This is remarkable, and we're going to continue the video and talk about how we're framing this. We did have a conservator get it off of the foam board because it was really bubbling badly, and now we're going to preserve this for a long, long time. All right, more coming later. It's done. I'm so happy. As I told you before, I love Muhammad Ali. It was an honor to frame this with his actual signature on it. I think our client's going to be very happy.